Hello, guys, and welcome back. I am so incredibly excited for today's session because I've got the wonderful Ellen, who was my client, who came through the Fearless Birth Method. Now, you might know Ellen from social media because, well, I want to say she's known as Fab Ellen. That's what I call you anyway. That's not actually her name. Her husband's called Fab. She's called Ellen. Together, they are Fab and Ellen, and they share their life online. So everything from being a mum, marathon training, working
Yeah.
out, food, all sorts. So yeah, you're going to want to go and follow them if you don't already. But yes, Ellen is a mum to two gorgeous twin boys, Noah and Ari, and she's just
Yeah.
welcomed her beautiful baby girl, Gracie, as well. So yes, she had an incredibly healing birth experience, which is what we're going to speak about today. But yes, welcome, Ellen. Please let us know about yourself.
Thank
Anything I
you.
haven't mentioned already, please do. The floor is yours. Tell us a little bit about yourself.
It's hard to remember what it was like before because I'm a mum and I do running sometimes.
I
And yeah,
know, it's
social
like,
media. Um, but yeah, no, just you mentioned everything really. Yeah, do a bit of everything.
I know. Yeah, you share like I suppose social media is your life, isn't it? Like,
Yeah,
everything. Like,
yeah,
I mean, you probably don't share everything. You share a lot, and you're such a great influence to mums that are currently pregnant or mums that are currently planning a VBAC. I've had
yeah,
quite a few ladies actually message me, and they're like, "Oh my God, I've watched the birth story. I'm planning a VBAC." Like, I just
yay.
know this story is going to be so incredible.
Yeah.
So many people.
When I said to
So
Fab I was
let
coming on. Sorry, when I said to Fab I was coming on, I said I'm actually I love talking about my birth because it was so positive and
yeah.
I just want to tell as many people as I possibly can about a positive feedback because all you hear is just horror stories about it. So yeah, I'm so excited to talk about my birth again with you.
I am too. And I think the thing is, Ellen, with you, one thing that really does separate you from some people that are planning VBACs, and I'm not saying that these people are doing it wrong, but what you had was commitment
Yeah.
and trust and incredible support. Like Fab was such an incredible birth partner. And some ladies sadly just don't get that. Um, so yeah, it's gonna be amazing. So before you gave birth to Gracie, you
Hmm.
experienced quite a traumatic birth with your boys, didn't you?
I did, yeah. I had a planned C-section with my twins and I literally did no preparation for it. Didn't look into it at all, just kind of followed what the professionals were saying that I should do. Because I had MCDA twins, which basically means they shared a placenta. So there was risks around that. So yeah, just opted for a elective C-section. But yeah, it didn't go to plan. Um, I babies were fine, really healthy, £6 each at 35 weeks, but I hemorrhaged quite bad and lost 2.5 litres of blood and was very, very poorly after. Nearly lost my life after. So had a lot of trauma from that birth.
Yeah,
So
and it's
yeah,
so hard. Like you've literally gone through like the biggest thing, being pregnant, giving birth, and to have kind of all of that golden moment post birth
hmm
to soak it all in. And you probably felt so disconnected from yourself and your babies at that point.
yeah,
Um,
completely,
and
yeah,
that's not how birth is meant to be, but these things sadly can happen.
yeah,
Um, and I
exactly,
think we worked together, didn't we, to really kind of build you up and get you to a place where you were like, right, that's that birth and this is
yeah,
this birth. And you have to completely disconnect both of them.
yeah, yeah,
Um, it's hard because your nervous system and your brain will be feeding you, what if it happens again? Oh my God, this
yeah,
is going to happen again. And it'll be
yeah,
feeding you all of these horror stories. And this
yeah,
is why you have to do the deep work. Like
yeah,
the deep
completely,
work is so important.
yeah.
So when you fell pregnant with Gracie, what was your first thought? Like, shit, I have to give birth, or
Yeah. Oh, shit, literally. Like, I found out
yeah.
I was pregnant, and even before telling Fab that I was pregnant, all I kept thinking about was, oh my God, I'm gonna die. This is it. Like, I'm not gonna have a good birth. Like, I vividly remember having a conversation with Fab saying, if I have to have another C-section, I do not think I'm gonna make it. Irrational, completely irrational, because every birth is so different. But that's what trauma does to you. It just completely takes over and makes you have these irrational thoughts. But yeah, then obviously found you and completely switched that up.
Oh,
So yeah,
wow, bless her. So, when you fell pregnant with Gracie, I'm right in thinking that you were pregnant with twins, weren't you?
I was. Yeah, I was pregnant with another set of twins. I lost the other twin really early on before I had my 6 week scan. I lost the other twin. And we found out through I had a bleed at around, I think it was around 6.5 weeks. And I thought I was having a miscarriage. So went to the hospital. They did my HCG levels, and then I needed to go back. I think it was like 48 hours later to have them again. And when I went back for the 48 hours, they dropped. So this was before I'd even been scanned. And then they said your HCG, don't know what it's called. Those levels were dropping. So it indicates that this probably is a miscarriage, but let's scan you. And it turns out they could see the hematoma that I had, which turns out was caused by losing the other baby. But Gracie was so healthy. I have never seen such a strong little heartbeat on a screen. Even with the twins, I just remember seeing her little heartbeat was so strong. And then they said that the only thing that they could
Oh,
think of to explain it was another set of twins. But yeah, she was very healthy. But yeah, we unfortunately lost the other one.
yeah. And I love that because you've named her Gracie Robin, haven't you? And Robin was
Yeah,
what the other twin
yeah,
would have been called, right? Or was
yeah.
it because you kept seeing Robins?
So
Is
if
it?
we had if her twin was here, she probably would be called Robin. But the the fact
Oh,
that when I first fell pregnant, so before I had the hematoma and before like we found out about the twins, I was so again scared, birth trauma, scared to have another child. Like this, Gracie was a lovely surprise. But I was scared, and I just said randomly in the car, I was like, if this is the right thing, show me a robin randomly. Never have asked that before. And when I got home from where I'd been, I was sat just out here in the garden, and a robin literally landed right in front of me. So it's just, yeah,
oh,
yeah. And then the robin kept
that's so
visiting
lovely.
all the time. So yeah, that's why her name is Gracie
Oh,
Robin. But if we had her twin would also be called Robin.
I love that. That's just so beautiful. I know when you said her name, it's just so gorgeous, and I love names that have meanings. Like,
Yeah,
oh, it's just so
same.
special. Um, Amazing. So you then went on to find hypnobirthing and you went on to do the course, right? When
I
you
did.
first found it, did you think, is this going to be a bit hippie and a bit weird?
Yeah, yeah, and I
I
was a
love.
little bit skeptical to think like I've obviously seen people using it. I've got a good friend, Megan, actually, who did hypnobirthing, and I remember watching her vlog that she did on YouTube and um thinking, wow, like you absolutely bossed that just literally by breathing. And I was a bit like, can it work for me? Like I'm an anxious person. I lose not control of my emotions. I'm a very emotional person. I don't feel like I handle pain very well at all. I'm very much one of these people who, if I've got a sore throat, you know, it's really sore and I need paracetamol, I'm not very good with dealing with pain. So I was a little bit like, can this work for me? And then plus the anxiousness around birth anyway. But yeah, when we did the
Yeah.
course, I do not know what came over me, but I was so like, I don't know what the right word is for it, but something changed in me basically. I feel like doing the course
Yeah.
for her birth, it's like completely switched me up as a person. I know that sounds absolutely crazy, but
Me.
yeah, it has. It's
I
just changed me completely.
It's it's honestly incredible, and I think that's the thing. So many people do think that hypnobirthing is just breathing. All I'm going to
Yeah.
teach you is breath work and how to breathe
Yeah.
your baby out. But you'll know
Yeah.
by doing the course that is such a small part of the
Yeah.
course. It's
Yeah.
I see it like building a house. Right? There's bricks to hypnobirthing, and all of these bricks create this strong foundation,
Yeah.
and your house isn't being blown over. Like you're
No.
strong.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah.
I love I love, and that's one thing with you, like you really did embody it. Like so many
Yeah.
people will do hypnobirthing courses. They'll read the book, they'll do the course, they'll go into birth. They might have like not an experience that they wanted, and they'll come out and say that hypnobirthing didn't work for them.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
actually, hypnobirthing isn't a type of birth, it's how you feel
Yeah.
and how you
Exactly.
come out of it, like the other side, like feeling strong and knowing like we got you to a place where you were hoping and praying for your VBAC, but
Yeah.
you were also ready. If you needed a cesarean section, you were like, I can do this, right? And prior
Yeah.
to meeting me, you were like, I can't do it.
No, no, and
Is
I was so nervous to
there.
have nervous isn't it doesn't even cut it of how I felt about having another C-section, but actually, well, you saw my birth plan. A C-section was on my birth plan for some point. Do you know what I mean? It was an option,
Yeah.
and like not only me either. Like my husband Fab was so like he knew how to make that. If I needed a C-section again, he knew how to make it a much more enjoyable experience for me and for also
Yeah.
him.
I think that's the thing. And when you messaged me and you said, right, me and Fab, we're up to the cesarean section inside the course. Because just so you know, everyone, if you're
Yeah,
listening, hypnobirthing is for all births. It's not
yeah,
just for a vaginal birth, like it's for all
which I
births.
didn't know.
And you got to the cesarean section part, didn't you? And you messaged me and you were like, I don't think I'm going to do it. Like,
Yeah,
I'm just going to
yeah,
leave it. And
yeah,
I was like, I challenge you.
yeah, yeah,
I challenge
yeah.
you to do it. And
And I sat
it
in
changed the
tears through the
game for
whole
you, didn't it? I
thing.
remember the voice
Yeah,
that you said.
yeah, yeah,
It is so emotional, so
yeah,
emotional. But
yeah,
I think, like for me, when I think of you, you've done marathon training, you have done like years of bodybuilding, like your strength is insane. And I don't mean just
yeah,
physically, I mean mentally. And like when you tell
yeah.
me that you're not very good with pain and you're not good with this and you're not good with that, I challenge that. You've done a marathon.
I know. Yeah,
You've done a marathon. Many people can't even run down the
yeah,
road for the bus. You've done a marathon. You're
yeah.
so strong.
It's so funny though,
Oh,
because
bless you.
I view the marathon as more of like a mental game. Like it's more it's challenging mentally than it is physically. So I think again, I
Mm,
am quite strong mentally. Like once I've got something in my head, like I very much like I'm gonna do it now
yeah,
because I have to do it now.
yeah. But then it's like birth as well. That is a mental game in itself, isn't it? Like, I know for
Completely.
you, you were experiencing early labor for days, weren't you? It's like
Yeah.
constantly on and off. Is it happening? Is it not happening? So let's go back to that. So your labor began
Hmm.
and but it didn't begin, right? So let's
Yeah.
go back to like day one.
Okay. So,
What
um,
happened?
so my due date was on the Thursday, and absolutely nothing on due date. I have got a friend who has had two children. Well, her youngest is the same age as my boys, so we bond a lot over our kids' ages, and we're really good friends anyway. And she said to me both times I had reflexology with my two and went into labour. And at this point, I was like, right, okay, gonna give it a go. I'll give anything a go at this time because I so desperately wanted my VBAC. So went for my
Yeah.
reflexology. Nothing happened that day. And then when I woke up in the morning, I woke up at 3 a.m. to having very, very mild contractions. Sorry, she's wanted to.
Gracie's
She wants
having a
some
little,
food.
she's having a little, you need to latch her
A
or,
rummage. Yeah, is that okay?
there you go, go. Gracie's
So
latched.
she's feeding. Um, so it was 3 a.m. on the Saturday morning, this would be now, Saturday morning, and I was woken up to very, very mild contractions. However, they were 10 minutes apart because I remember like timing them while Fab was sleeping next to me. And I was
Yeah.
like, oh, I was like, this feels different. Something feels a little bit funky down there. And I was like trying not to get too excited because I was like, I don't want to scare them away. Anyway, so
Oh,
they kept going like on and off until about 6 a.m. when Fab woke up. And then that morning I lost my mucus plug. And
yes.
although the mucus plug, I thought it was going to be all at once, but mine was all through the day, which apparently can be quite normal.
Yeah,
Um,
that's more, it can come apart bits, yeah.
yeah, which mine did. And then on the Saturday, it died off a lot. I was still having a few here and there, but yeah, it died off, and I was able to go about my day. And then my boys came back in the evening, and at around 8 o'clock that night, they really ramped up. Really regular, close together, but they weren't like massively intense.
Mm.
Like I was coping really well through my breathing. And then I put my TENS machine on that night as well, which by the way, incredible as well. My
Oh,
TENS machine.
yeah.
I know for some people they don't work, but wow, for me, I just thought it was
Right.
amazing. Um,
I couldn't have done my labour without my TENS machines. It
no,
was incredible.
I couldn't either. What an incredible little machine.
I know.
So yeah, through the night, through the night on Saturday night into Sunday, all night, couldn't sleep through them. And then it got to like midnight and they were every 2 minutes apart. But again, from
Oh my
doing
God.
the course, and like kind of like learning how to trust my body, like I just knew that it wasn't, um, like, what is it, active labor, the last bit? Is that what it's called?
Yeah.
Y- Yeah,
Yeah,
I
yeah,
knew it
yeah.
wasn't active
Yeah, when
labor,
you
but they
go
were,
from being early labour to
yeah, that's it. Yeah. So it was I knew it was still early labor, but they were 2 minutes apart. But again, just stayed calm, trusted my body. My husband was incredible, like so supportive of me. He, blessing me, stayed up all night with me because he just knew that I needed him there for the support. Um, and then in the morning on Sunday, we decided to call Fab's mum because the boys were going to wake up, and I'm one of these people who I've learned is very vocal in terms of noise. So the noise from breathing, I found
yeah,
very comforting when having contractions. And so yeah, we just thought it was best to get the boys to kind of go with Fab's mum, or Fab's mum just be here just in case she was needed.
yeah.
And
It's more so
um
you can switch off and not.
be mum, exactly that. And that's one thing that I will say is because the boys stayed here for the morning for a little bit, and I found it quite hard to labour around them because I just thought I need to be mum. And then my
Yeah,
contractions died off again then. So they went back to being quite spread out and far apart in the day. Um, so Fab's mum took the boys back to hers, and I was able to relax all day. And it was such a like, obviously the contractions were quite intense, but it was a really
yeah.
like nice experience. I remember on the Sunday we just had the like curtains closed. We got some nice food. We just kind of chilled at home, and just like spent time together,
Yeah.
me and Fab. And I think that really helped for the following night. So Sunday night is where, again, around 8 o'clock, things switched up a lot. Like I was having the contractions again, quite close together, but this time they were so much more intense, like so much more intense. And I knew then, I
Yeah.
was like, this is it happening now. And although I hadn't slept the night before, and I hadn't slept very well, obviously the night before that, because I was up at 3 a.m., um, I still felt very calm with the contractions, and in control is probably the right word. Um,
Yeah.
However, yeah, they were a lot more intense, and I hadn't had much sleep. And I always said to myself that the thing that will get me and make me like lose my mind, not lose my mind, but lose control, is the lack of sleep. So
Yeah.
around 11 o'clock, I said to my sister and sorry, my sister arrived at this point. And yeah, I said to my sister and to Fab, I was like, I think I might need to have the epidural. I am so tired now. Like, I need to have some sort of break and relax.
Yeah.
And we went into hospital. And so this is where things started to, if I hadn't have done the hypnobirthing, this is where things could have gone very wrong for me. Is I got to the hospital
Mm-hmm.
because I wanted to have the epidural, rang ahead and said, look, I've been in labour for the last 2 days. I need to come in and have the epidural because I'm getting tired now. And so that's why we went in. And
Yeah.
I didn't know you had to have bloods before you have an epidural. So I had my bloods done, and 3 hours in the hospital, having contractions very close together. Even going to the hospital didn't even stop the contractions coming. So this is how I kind of knew that I was in active labour then. And
Yeah. Yeah.
got to the hospital. Yeah, blood's taken. Sorry, I'm trying to like remember now. And then 3 hours later, so I got there at
What?
10 o'clock. At 1 a.m., I still hadn't had my epidural. And sorry, I'm
Oh
gonna
God.
have to. She needs to be
All right,
burped now.
darling. You're fine. You want me to stop
um,
or are you okay?
no, it's okay. I'll carry on. She just needs burping.
Oh, okay. Bless her.
She's all finished.
She's fine. She's the icon. Welcome, Gracie.
So yeah, I
Oh,
got to the hospital at 10 o'clock. By 1 a.m., I still hadn't had my epidural, and I was in active labour by now. And I was at the point in my labour where I couldn't really talk much. I was kind of like really having to focus on what was happening, focus on my breathing, staying calm. And this is where Fab kind of stepped in and did his bit from the course. He was able to um, advocate for me and ask the midwives where my epidural was. Like he could see that things were ramping up and that I was really like zoned in. But he also
oh,
knew that I really wanted to have the epidural. So he was speaking to the midwives and said, like, where's the epidural? Like, she really needs it now. I can tell that she's getting tired. And like it was getting harder to breathe, to really focus on that breathing because I was so tired.
yeah.
Um and they basically lost my blood.
I can't
So
believe that.
I know it was honestly hearing that they'd lost my bloods. If I hadn't done the course, I would have lost it then. I would have been all over the place. Breathing would have been out the window. I don't think I would have had the birth that I did if I hadn't have done the hypnobirthing at this stage. So took my bloods again, and then labs went on break. So I was waiting even longer for my epidural.
You can't have a
Um,
break, mate.
I know. So I got to the hospital at 10 in active labour. Didn't actually end up having my epidural until about 3:30 in the morning. Had my
Oh no.
epidural, and I was so adamant against having an epidural before. I was so like, I'm going to do it all by myself. Like, um, yeah, so I was really against it to start with, but I am so glad that I had it. I'm so glad that I listened to my body, understood my body, and understood where my tolerance was
And
going to
what
go
you
up to.
needed.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So
And
I
I think
had
that's
the
the thing again. I think hypnobirthing means no pain meds, but it doesn't. It
yeah,
means knowing your options and making an informed decision.
exactly. Yeah. And I knew that for me, so I had plan A, plan B, plan C. Plan B was the
Mm.
epidural. And I knew that I didn't want any other medication apart from the epidural. Um,
Yeah.
because I'd done the research into it and I thought that that was going to be the best for me. It turns out it absolutely was the best thing for me. And then went on to have the most incredible birth. So following day, she was born at 4 p.m. the next day. So it took me all day to get from 7 centimeters to 10 centimeters. But because of the epidural, I was able to sleep. I was just able to stay
Yeah.
calm, stay focused.
And
Even though it took a long time.
your body probably done that on purpose to give you chance to actually rest and recoup your energy
Yeah,
for giving birth
yeah,
because it's intense, isn't it?
yeah,
Yeah. Oh, so then
exactly.
you gave birth, you had a vaginal birth. She came
I
straight
did.
up to your chest,
Yeah,
and
and
that
yeah, had
feeling must have been insane.
like I don't want to exaggerate, but I felt like a superhero. I felt like I was invincible. I was like, still to this day, and this is so different to the twins' birth. Because after the
Mm.
twins' birth, I was so out of it. I can't remember a single thing. Like I can barely remember meeting them for the first time. Um,
Oh,
but with her, like I will never ever forget that feeling of one, being able to give birth to my child how I chose to, and two, just being able to have her with me and like because I was able to say like no, I don't want you to take her away from me. I want her to stay with me. And
mm.
we were able to have that golden hour and I breastfed for like 50 minutes straight after birth and she latched straight away and like me and Fab had like that moment together and it was just everything I could have ever wished for. Um
Oh,
yeah. So,
I love
and
that.
another thing as well that I feel like I always forget this bit, but it again something did go wrong, but because I was calm, like it doesn't even faze me. When I was pushing
Mm.
Gracie out, so her head was crowning, her heart rate kept going up and then down and then up and then down, and the doctors came in, and they were speaking when you're pushing a baby out. I don't know if this is everybody, but I just went into this like zone.
It's
I was
another
in some
world.
sort of zone.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like no one else was there. It was just me pushing out my baby, really focusing on it. Anyway, the doctors came in because of her heart rate. And with a VBAC, if the heart rate starts going up and down, that's when it can indicate that something potentially might be going a little bit um wrong. But yeah, they said that we're going to need to use the ventouse with you, so to put the suction on her head and suck her out. I just remember looking at my midwife who understood me so well, and she looked at me and she said, Ellen, you don't need that. And meanwhile, the doctors were in my face saying, you need this, you need this, you need this. And she said, let's turn you onto your back. And then the doctor said to me, you've got this contraction to get her out. Bearing in mind, her head was just crowning. So I was like, right, okay, okay, challenge me then. And I just knew that my body could
She
do
loves a
this.
challenge, girl.
Yeah, literally love a challenge. And I pushed her out in two pushes from crowning.
I
And
love it.
yeah, again, that then also made me feel like an absolute superwoman because I was like, I don't need the help. I trusted my body. And that was an opportunity again for me to kind of like lose it and spiral, but I didn't. I just knew to knuckle down, to focus and to trust my body. And I'm so glad that I did
Oh,
because I didn't need any help. She came out absolutely healthy as anything, so it was absolutely fine. And
oh,
yeah, again, just knowing to trust your body and knowing to trust what you can do and what you're capable of.
Yeah,
But yeah, so I always
absolutely. I
forget
think
that bit.
many people so many people are going into birth and they're going in scared, and going
Yeah,
in scared is, I'm not saying that you don't have to be scared because you're doing something brand new, especially if it's your first baby, but there's
yeah,
so much stuff that we can do, we can learn, we can bring into that birth room, which
yeah,
will massively impact the way that you give birth. And like you
yeah,
said, without your tools and techniques and without what you knew and having that strength, you would have caved and you would have
yeah,
spiraled.
yeah,
So it's so powerful. It
yeah.
really is.
No, it
So
is.
if there's a lady listening to this right now and say she's pregnant with her first baby or a second, or she's planning a VBAC, what do
Yeah.
you think you'd tell her?
I think I think we as women need to. One thing that really stuck with me this whole time is our bodies were made to birth children. Like, as the
Wow.
female body, this is exactly what your body is made to do. It's the most natural thing that you can do is to birth your child. Your
Mhm.
body, without you even telling it, will birth your child. So I
Right.
think that if you're about to have a baby, my biggest bit of advice would be to trust your body, to trust your body. It's made the baby without, like, subconsciously, without you having to do anything. You just need to trust your body to be able to birth your child as well.
I love.
Um, and I just think as well, do your research. That is the main bit of the differences between my two births. I did no research into my twins' birth. I did no preparation for it. I turned up at the hospital and I had my twins. Whereas with Gracie, I
Yeah.
went in so prepared, so educated, and just, I think education makes you calm. Like, it makes you feel more calm.
Yeah.
So
I think
the
you were
more,
ready and excited as well. Like,
yeah,
of us
exactly.
are apprehensive about the day, but you were actually excited. You wanted your contractions to come. You wanted to give birth. You wanted to
Yeah,
push your baby out. You wanted to feel it all.
yeah, yeah,
And
exactly.
it's like this podcast episode, I'm literally calling it the birth that gave me more than a baby, because that's
Yeah,
what I see from your birth. Like, it's completely changed your mindset. And like, I know you said
yeah.
you're done at 3. I think you even said to me, like, I would love to do that again.
Yeah, if I could do that again, if I could rewind and do my twins' birth like I did Gracie's, life would be incredible. I'm not having any more children. I'm so done at 3. I cannot have any
Oh,
more, but I'm so happy that I got to finish having children on that high, and to be able to speak to people so positively about childbirth rather than it being traumatic. So I don't particularly,
yeah.
the whole, like, stigma around birth for me now is so focused on how positive Gracie's was rather than how scary my twins were. And I can now live with that for the rest of my
Yeah.
life, like, having that experience.
Yeah.
So yeah,
I love that.
it's completely
It just
changed me. And
changes your whole, it just changes the way that you mum as well. Like, I
yeah,
don't know if you've found that with your first, I know you had twins, so it's really hard to actually tell the difference. It's very different. But like,
yeah.
mentally, you're in such a different place after a positive birth experience.
Oh,
It's
completely. I have had no postpartum depression or anxiety this time round. And with the twins, my birth trauma caused me a lot of postpartum depression and anxiety. And I've had none of that this time. I've literally had the bonding I've had with her straight away is is what people talk about. I now understand it. I now get it. And I truly think that that is because I haven't been traumatized by my birth, because I did so much work myself to be able to have the birth. Yeah.
yeah. Oh, it's just, it's sensational. I love it. I love
Yeah.
your story, and I know that it will help so many people. And I think if you are out there listening to this, I just want you to know that you can feel the way that Ellen felt as well. Like, you don't have to
Completely.
do it alone. You don't have to
Yeah.
feel like, oh, I don't know where to turn to. You
Yeah.
just need to start, like, start the work, start unpacking the fears and knowing where
Yeah.
they come from, getting to the root cause of them. And it's hard to do it alone. It is.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
that guidance and having that support is really, really transformational.
Yeah.
So Yeah.
Yeah, no, it really is. It really, it like, if I can do it and if I can get over the trauma uh, from doing the course and from doing research and from like putting in the work, then anybody can. And I completely understand why people are scared. But don't do me. Don't hide from the fear. Face it
Yeah.
straight on. Like
I say
it's
to everyone, it's like you can easily brush all of your fears and your worries under the rug, but when
yeah,
labour, they are what bubble up, they come
yeah,
out. And
yeah,
it might not be that you've been through birth before, it might be your first baby. You've still got stories, you've still got horror stories, fear,
yeah,
stuff in your brain you won't even be aware of until you're in that labour room.
yeah,
And
yeah,
that's why it's important to do it now while you're
yeah.
pregnant.
And
And
to know what to
the more,
expect.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
It's the motto I always use is the calm that you find in pregnancy is the calm that you find in birth.
yeah,
And yeah, it's so important.
yeah,
So
it is.
yeah. Well, this has been lovely. It's been so good. It's little Gracie there. Your video is a little bit blurry, but I can see her.
I
She's
know.
looking around. Oh, hello.
I know. She's
Bless
like, who are you
her.
talking to, Mum?
I know. She probably knows my voice. You listen to my relaxation.
Yeah. I was going to say, she literally came out to your voice.
Oh, bless her heart. But thank you so much for coming on, Ellen. Honestly, I
It's
appreciate
okay.
it so much, and it's going to be such help for everyone.
Yeah,
And
I
yeah,
hope it is. I really hope that this helps just at least one person. And
um,
like, I want to talk about it forever and ever and ever. So thank you for letting me talk about it again. I'm sorry that I waffled so much. I was like trying to get in all the
oh
details.
no, I love it. No, I love a waffle. You didn't waffle at all, to be honest. I feel like when you get to an end, you're like, did I talk too much? No, never.
Yeah.
The mum will love it. So yeah,
Good.
I'll wrap up. I'll press stop recording,
Amazing.
and I will see you
Okay.
all next
I know.
time.
Bye.